I'd like to call to order this regular meeting of the Lenox Township Board of Trustees, January 12th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of meeting agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda for January 12th, 2026 as presented.
Second.
I have a motion by Treasurer Sutherland, supported by Clerk Gurley. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Next item, approval of minutes.
I will make a motion that we approve the minutes from the meeting December 1st, 2025.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Clerk Gurley, supported by Trustee Marino. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the motion passes. Public announcements. All right, moving on. Public comment. If you can, state your name, and there is a 3-minute limit.
Right. My name is John Ryan. My address is 31370 32 Mile Road in Lenox Township. And I'm here on behalf of the Macomb County PDR Committee, Purchase of Development Rights, that Mr. Rosale and myself represent Lenox Township on. It's a joint committee from 6 townships that work towards offering the possibility to farmers, landowners to preserve their land, to maintain it as agriculture. And I want to thank you. It's my understanding that you've sent the $500 commitment for the farm that's currently going to be preserved. And I was asked to invite all the board members and anybody from the public if they're interested. There will be a closing on that property on the 30th of January at the Richmond Township Hall with some refreshments, whatever, a chance to meet with the county representatives. Mr. Brown most likely would be there, among others. So they asked if you'd be made aware of that. And one of the things I was asked if the board would consider renewing the pledge for the coming fiscal year for any properties that might be preserved. There is one possibility this coming year, and if you would renew the pledge, it's been standing in the past. So I just want to bring that to your attention. Thank you.
Thank you. Public comment. Going once. All right, moving on. Moving on to the consent agenda. All items listed under the consent agenda are considered routine by the Township Board and will be enacted by one motion. According to established Township meeting rules, there will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the board or public so requests at or prior to the meeting. In which event the chair of the meeting may remove such items from the consent agenda for discussion and consideration under agenda item number 8 below. Approval of the consent agenda shall be by majority roll call vote of those present and voting.
With that, the orders and bills for the month of December were in the amount of $828,152.16.
Okay, that's not the figure I have. I've got a figure of $828,425.87.
That's with the gas, which are EFT checks.
Okay.
So including the EFT checks for the gas, credit card gas bill, it's $828,425.87.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
If there's no discussion, a motion will be in order.
I'll I'll make a motion to pass the orders and bills for the month of December for Lenox Township in the amount of $828,425.87.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Clerk Goins, supported by Trustee Marino. May the Deputy Clerk please call the roll.
Gurley,
Aye.
Marino,
Aye.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Reader,
Aye.
Rossio.
Aye. All right, moving down to new business. First item on the list, Macomb County Drain Match Program. I believe we have Mr. Don Brown here, if anyone has any questions regarding it. Mr. Grabo, if you don't mind presenting.
All right, good evening, Board. This evening, we are in front of you requesting a match to Macomb County Drain Office. As Supervisor Reader stated, Mr. Brown is on our facility this evening for any questions or comments. There is a number of drains that the Drain Office has actually come forward and recommended. The Deer Creek, Rabarth, Deer Creek Secondary, Anderson East and Branches, Dixon, along with the Richmond Relief number 2 and the Shook Drain. These are a number of drains within our township borders. They are asking to move forward this year and execute the repairs. This is going to be approximately $50,000. It's a total of 49,340 linear feet of drain restoration throughout Lenox Township. We have detailed descriptions that's attached within your packets. This deadfall and vegetation removal, channel reshaping, lawn restoration where needed. The community ourselves will be invoiced upon execution of this agreement. In the event actual costs are below the estimate cost, overages will be applied to spot blockage removals within the township. The contractors picked by the Macomb County Drain Office for this project across the board is Cross Brothers Excavating. The total community portion is $65,363.50. The estimated cost for all the repairs and restoration is $130,727. This evening, we bring in front of the board and request approval and action to be made forward to complete this restoration for the year of 26. Any questions or comments? I'd be more than happy to open it up.
I have one question. Everybody, I'm sure, is in favor of getting drains clean, including me. But on the top of the page here, it says April, May 2025. Was some of this done last year? Or?
That was the work in that section you see. Some of that work was in fact completed last year, yes.
Okay, thank you.
But that, Mr. Rossi, or Trustee Rossio, that was under the cost from last year's projects. Just this is a continuation for these sections now.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hearing no further discussion, I will make a motion to approve the Macomb County Drain Match Maintenance Program, Maintenance Match Program, contributing 50% of the total cost, being $336. It's been a long day. $363.50 as presented.
I'll second.
I have a motion by the chair, seconded by Clerk Gurley. May the Deputy Clerk please call the roll.
Reader,
Aye.
Gurley,
Aye.
Marino,
Aye.
Rossio,
Aye.
Sutherland.
Aye.
All right, moving on to item
Very
B.
much, Board. Appreciate that. Drain Commissioner Notion thanks you for the partnership, and we continue to work with all of you as needs come up. You all have my cards, so please call us if there's anything we can do further to help. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
President.
you.
All right, moving on to item B, Richmond Lenox EMS Station Number 3 Generator Replacement, FEMA Grant Award. Mr. White?
Yes, Mr. Supervisor and members of the board, I come before you with some good news tonight.
The EMS was able to apply for and receive a grant, federal emergency management grant in the amount of $93,000. The purpose of the grant is to replace the 23-year-old emergency generator at EMS station number 3 located on Gratiot Avenue. When that station was built, this generator was actually undersized for the building. Given today's events where we see a lot more power outages than we did in 2003, it seems. So this will actually power the entire building. Also, the generator's ended its useful life. When we try to get it repaired, finding parts for it and so on can be very difficult. What we're asking of the township tonight is simply the authorization to accept the FEMA grant, and that the township act as the required pass-through for this grant. The grant has to pass through a local unit of government. And since you own the EMS, it makes most sense for it to pass through Lenox Township. We've also met with, or spoken with our township engineer, Sermed Safe, on this. Federal grants do come with a lot of compliance issues with regards to bidding, record keeping of the work being done, as well as then the financial reports that go in order to get that money returned to and through the community. Mr. Safe is willing to do that. The EMS will pay for his services related to the grant. So basically, we're just asking the township board approve acceptance of the grant, understand the authorization and require grant pass, it has been a long day, and authorize the required grant pass through in accordance with the memorandum in front of you. Is our old generator working?
It functions today. I think we had it repaired 2 or 3 times last year and a time or 2 the year before that.
What are we doing with it?
You know, have not made that decision yet. Normally, any used equipment from the EMS, because we are a public entity, we do some form of public bid. So whether we put that on a mitten or some other public method, that's how we've also used actually Kramerman Auction Service, who is a local auctioneer here, who does public bids for government as well. So I'm certain it will go through one of those processes to be disposed of.
Thank you.
If there's no further discussion, a motion will be in order.
I'll make a motion to approve the acceptance of the FEMA grant and authorize the required pass-through in accordance with the memorandum presented by Richmond Lenox EMS Director Jeff White.
I second that.
I have a motion by Clerk Roy, supported by Treasurer Sutherland. May the Deputy Clerk please call the roll.
Gurley,
Aye.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Reader,
Aye.
Marino,
Aye.
Rossio.
Aye. All right, moving down to item C, Cross Connection Control Program Update. Mr. Trombley?
Yes, good evening. I did submit a proposal, or basically a request. Last fall, when we had our annual visit from Eagle to go over our operation and record keeping of the water system, they had indicated the rule changes to the state cross connection control policy and guidelines, and that we needed to update our policy, our program in-house to reflect that. So in order to do that, I'm requesting some time from Mr. Safe to assist me in going through our current program and updating it to meet the state guidelines as they are today. Talking with him, we estimate that it should take 10 to 15 hours at a standard rate of 122 an hour.
I'll make a motion to approve updating the Lenox Township Cross Connection Program, allowing the township engineer, Sermed Safe, to assist the DPW superintendent with developing and updating the current program, utilizing approximately 10 to 15 hours at the cost, time, and materials rate of $122 per hour.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion by Treasurer Sutherland, supported by Trustee Rosio. May the Deputy Clerk please call the roll.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Rossio,
Aye.
Gurley,
Aye.
Marino,
Aye.
Reader.
Aye. Thank you. All right, moving down to item D, Living Word Fellowship Church Sidewalk Waiver Request, 60170 New Haven Road. Do we have someone from the church today?
Okay, I think it's on. Thank you. Thank you, Board. My name is Mark Blair. I'm on the board for Living Word Fellowship, and I'm here before you today to request an extension of the sidewalk variance as we're building the pole barn at this time. Also at this time, there's no other developments of other sidewalks on neighboring properties, and I think you'll agree that would make it pretty impractical at this time. And we'd also like you to request and consider that it would cause an undue hardship on the church at this time. So we'd like to start construction tomorrow. I think we're ready to go. And our request for the board is for the approval of this variance. Thank you for your consideration.
If there's no discussion, I'd like to make a motion to,
I have one question. Has this gone through,
planning.
yeah,
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 they already have their site plan approval from planning.
Okay.
They've had it for how long now? Over December. Yeah, since December.
okay.
So I would like to make a motion to approve the sidewalk waiver for Living Word Fellowship Church at 60170 New Haven Road. I have a motion by the chair, supported by the trustee Rosio. May the deputy clerk please call the rolls.
Reader,
Aye.
Rossio,
Aye.
Marino,
Aye.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Gurley.
Aye.
All right, moving down to item E, Township Office Copier Lease. Mr. Bravo.
Good evening, Board. This project comes for the board approximately every 4.5 to 5 years. This year, we were able to line up both fire department and town hall. We have two different copiers. I'm going to go through the first one, then the second one, as each one's a separate motion, separate department, and separate funding. The first copier is going to be in fact for the Lenox Township offices. This is a request to replace the current copier that we have at Town Hall to be compliant along with all the Microsoft updates and requirements. This copier is now 5.5 years old or longer. It has passed its lease. It has also passed any type of maintenance programs. We went out and requested bids. We got 2 of them back. One of them was from Applied Innovation. One was from Rico. What I do want the board to understand is this is the exact same copier from both companies. But one company was $30-some or $40-some higher than the other company. This allows us to turn this into a 5-year lease. At the end of the year, at the end of the 5 years, they come in, they take the unit, they replace it with another one. The life lease or life expectancy on this equipment approximates anywhere from 5 to 7 years on normal use and time. And as you see with the computer updates, this is one of those requirements. So this evening we are requesting that the board approve the 5-year lease program with Rico at the cost of $123.83 per month for a 60-year lease, or 60-month lease, excuse me. Any questions? I'll open that up for comments.
I'll make a motion to approve the quote for $85.45 per month. What?
Are we doing these separately or?
Yes, they must be separate.
Okay.
It's going to be $123.83.
Oh, this one, I'm sorry. $85.71?
No, $123.83. It's the second page on the township one.
I don't see it.
So it's the second set.
Where is it? Oh, this,
Yeah. That one, second page.
I see it.
It was, you had one over the other.
Yeah. So I'll make the motion for the 60-month lease of $123.83, right?
That is correct.
To lease a copier for 60 months.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Treasurer Sutherland, supported by Trustee Marino. May the Deputy Clerk please call the roll.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Marino,
Aye.
Rossio,
Aye.
Gurley, Reader.
Aye. All right, moving down to item F, Fire Department copier lease. Mr.
All
Perry.
right, this is going to be pretty much the exact same thing, although you're going to see quite a significant cost change. The cost of us getting a replacement copier with the fire department lease was a significant impact, and this is what actually started the process when our public safety director, Jeff White, came to me and said, hey, it's time to replace this. We're out of compliance with the Microsoft items and the things that need to be updated. We went ahead and sent this out for both copiers, and you'll see the first one was with Applied Innovation. Once again, their rate for a 60-month, $1 buyout lease was $85.45. Rico's cost was $85.71. We are requesting and recommending that we go with the Rico lease of $85.71. It's only a few cents difference, but this allows us consistency across the board with the equipment. Both of these copiers will be replaced immediately upon approval. If any questions, I'll bring them back to the board for any questions or comments.
I'll make a motion to approve the copier lease for the fire department through Rico for a 60-month lease at the amount of $85.71 per month.
I'll support that. I have a motion by the Clerk Gurley, supported by the Chair. May the Deputy Clerk please call the roll.
Gurley. Reader.
Aye.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Marino,
Aye.
Rossio.
Aye. All right, moving down to item G, 2026 Michigan Township Association MTA Conference Request. Mr. Grebo?
Good evening, Board. This evening, coming in front of you out of the Supervisor's Office, we're requesting the approval for the Township Board to go to the Michigan Township Association Conference and Training. This is presented to us between Tuesday, April the 21st and through Thursday, April the 23rd. You'll see in the breakout for the recommendations, there is a early bird rate of $400. There's also the variation of the opportunities for you folks to attend different conferences. This is a highly recommended conference throughout for all MTA members and board members to attend. This keeps you up to date in the latest and most informed information. If any questions or comments, I'll be more than happy to bring it back to the board.
I'll make a motion to approve the Board of Trustees officials to attend the 2026 MTA conference from April 20th, 2026 to April 23rd, 2026 at the early bird rate of $400 each. Lodging and meals would be additional cost.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Treasurer Sutherland, supported by Trustee Marino. May the Deputy Clerk please call the roll.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Marino,
Aye.
Gurley, Rossio,
Aye.
Reader.
Aye. All right, moving down to item H, 2026 Michigan Township Association Capital Conference. Before you, you have my request to go to the MTA annual capital conference. A lot of it brings up legislative issues regarding townships. A big topic this year is going to be Public Act 233 of 2023 and ongoing litigation regarding it. For those not familiar, PA 233 was the act during the Democrat trifecta that stripped municipalities their rights regarding large-scale utility projects, which include wind, solar, and battery storage. The early bird rate right now is $100, and that's if we register by February 3rd. So I'm seeking board approval for that.
This appears to be a one-day conference.
Correct.
I'd like to make a motion for the 2026 Michigan Township Association Capital Conference request for the supervisor to attend at a cost of $100.
I'll second that.
I have a motion by Trustee Rosile, supported by Treasurer Sutherland. May the Deputy Clerk please call the roll.
Rossio,
Aye.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Marino,
Aye.
Gurley, Reader.
Aye. All right, moving down to item I, Michigan Clerk Association Conference Request. Michelle, do you want to take this one, or do you want to have more?
No, I can take it.
Okay.
Either or, I'd be more than happy to present this.
That's okay.
Okay.
Okay. In one of the booklets that came to the township, there is a program through the state of Michigan for clerk certification program. It's actually a 3-year program through the state of Michigan for municipal clerks. The program is specifically designed to enhance professional competency in areas directly related to the duties of the clerk, including elections, administration, records management, statutory compliance, and general municipal administration. The cost consists of 1 week in-person instructions, 40 hours annually, held in March for 3 consecutive years. Each year focuses on different subject matters, and upon successful completion of all 3 years, I will earn a certificate of completion from the Institute. The cost for the first year of the program is $800. The tuition could increase in the second and third year, but I was told it usually doesn't go up by that much. I have talked to a clerk that has been a clerk for 7 years and went through this program. She found it very educational. It helped her with her job. I have heard that there are several clerks, the Clinton Township clerk and a couple in the Macomb County area close to us have taken it and committed to the 3 years, and it has significantly helped them in all the years that they have served as clerk for their township. But I'm asking that if you approve it, that you also approve that I continue for the second and third year, because if I sign up, it's a 3-year commitment, which means I have to finish out the other 2 years to get a certificate. Thank you.
That starts this year?
Yes.
Motion to approve Clerk Gurley to attend the Michigan Clerk Association for 40 hours each year for a consecutive 3-year commitment at the cost of $800, with the second and third year cost to be determined with lodging expenses billed separately.
I'll support that. I have a motion by Treasurer Sutherland, supported by the Chair. May the Deputy Clerk please call the roll.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Reader,
Aye.
Rossio,
Aye.
Marino,
Aye.
Gurley.
Aye.
All right, moving down to item J, Public Act 152 proposal. Mr. Grabo.
Good evening. Good evening, Board. This evening, I'm coming in front of you out of the Township Supervisor's Office, along with the operations of both the clerk and the treasurer. We've worked on this for the last couple of weeks. This is a request after reviewing and meeting with our medical insurance folks. They are recommending and requesting that we consider your approval this evening to pull out of Public Act 152, which is a minimum requirement that we need to pay for our health employee insurance. If we do in fact stay in PA 152, and let me preference this is something that has to be decided each year that we do this. PA 152, we are required to pay 80%, but if we opt out, we are now open to select whatever benefits best suit the township and the employees. This removal allows the township board flexibility to address the options for healthcare in the future throughout the year. It is the opinion of the township's insurance agent also to remove Act PA 152 from our policy process. If there are any questions or comments, I'll be more than happy to address those.
I have one question. What does our insurance carrier recommend in place of this? Has there been a recommendation?
What it does, Trustee Vassil, is it allows, when you pull out of Public Act 152, Public Act 152 limits what you're allowed to work on, whether it's 80%, 20%. When it best suits the township and it pulls back out, for the employees, it then allows you flexibility if you're going to move health, dental, vision. There's opportunity for them to coordinate benefits and actually make it a better package price, if that makes sense. As you see on the page on the back section, it clearly talks about the hard cap and the 80-20 with a complete opt-out. So that gives you an opportunity to have flexible opportunity in that for your staff that you have under health care coverage.
What is the current health care coverage for the employees of the township?
I believe if I looked back at the number, I think it was 85.
We cover 85? No.
Is it
We
80?
cover 80, they cover 20.
80 and 20 currently.
And dental and vision are on their own.
Right. That is, and right now they're recommending with the changes for us to opt out for the flexibility of this opportunity. And that's coming from our healthcare providers.
If there's no further discussion, a motion will be in order.
I'll make a motion to approve the removal of Public Act 152 from the Township Employee Health Insurance Plan to allow the board flexibility to address healthcare options in the future as recommended by the township's insurance agent.
I'll support that motion. I have a motion by Treasurer Sutherland, supported by the chair. May the deputy clerk please call the roll.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Reader,
Aye.
Rossio,
Aye.
Gurley, Marino.
Aye.
All right, moving down to item K, fiscal year modification resolution. Mr. Grabo.
Good evening, board. This evening in front of you, you have a document with the incorporation of Lenox Township as a charter township of Lenox. State law requires the township board to formally establish the township's fiscal year by resolution. Unlike general law townships, charter townships are limited by statute to operating on one of two fiscal options, January 1st through December 31st or April 1st through March 31st. This action is necessary to ensure the township's budgeting, accounting, auditing, and financial reporting are conducted in full compliance with the Charter Township Act. Adoption of a fiscal year resolution provides legal authority for financial operations and establishes certainty for staff, auditors, and external agencies. The board is therefore being asked this evening to select one of the two allowable fiscal year options and adopt a corresponding resolution to formally establish the township's fiscal year. Any questions or comments? I'll open it up to the board.
How is this going to affect when we do our next audit?
So that will change the date of the audit. I will say if we do the January 1st or the December 31st, it would take the audit away from election time.
Oh. I'm just now getting used to the fiscal year that it is now.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be normal.
Has anybody asked our auditors for their opinion on this?
No.
No?
I have. I'm usually in contact with Jamie sometimes. They do recommend the January 1st to December 30th, but
I mean, that makes sense to me because that's what payroll is on. You know, so
I mean, I
it
post
makes sense to
notes
keep them together.
everywhere to remind me what the fiscal year was. It makes a whole lot of sense.
yeah. I will say we would have to pass a continuation budget in between July 1 and December 31st.
Right.
So we would have to discuss that in the coming months. Thankfully, we have time before June 30th, but that is something.
We couldn't make this retroactive to January 1st of 2026.
No.
So would it be an entire year before our next audit then?
No. So the audit schedule will change. They'll most likely start in June compared to actually being here
September.
in June compared to September.
Okay. You know, I'm all for the motion to approve resolution 2026 for January 1st to December 31st fiscal year.
So that would be resolution 2026-1A.
Yeah, resolution 2026-1A as necessary to comply with the Charter Township Act.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Treasurer Sutherland, supported by Trustee Marino. May the Deputy Clerk please call the roll.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Marino,
Aye.
Reader,
Aye.
Gurley,
Aye.
Rossio.
Aye. Alrighty. Next item on the agenda, the 2026 Mitel telephone support renewal. Mr. Grable.
Good evening, board. This evening, I'm in front of you asking for our annual renewal and update for Centaurus systems to operate our Mitel phone systems. The township is now completely across the board on all Mitel phones. Each department is able to interact throughout buildings without dialing out. This is a requirement for the licensing and support services. This is an annual investment for that. The request is for payment of $1,399 to Centaurus for the Mitel phone system. That, any questions or comments? I'll bring it back to the board.
Yes, this is just the support for the phones?
That's correct.
Okay, now what if they're not needed? What if no support's needed once these phones are installed?
It's kind of like the insurance program.
Okay.
I mean, you and I both pay car insurance. It's never needed, but they never give us anything back.
It's a good idea, though.
I like that, but
Oh, yeah, she explained it.
discussion, the motion will be in order.
I'll make a motion for the expenditure of $1,399 to Centauros for support of the MyTel phone system.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I second it.
I have a motion by trustee Marino, supported by treasurer Sutherland. May the deputy clerk please call the roll.
Marino,
Aye.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Gurley,
Aye.
Rossio,
Aye.
Reader.
Aye. All right, next down to item M, set 2026 Community Development Block Grant, public hearing. We have to hold a hearing every year, public hearing at the board for our CDBG funds. The recommendation is to hold that with our February meeting on the 2nd of February at 2026 at 6:30. And I will make that a motion.
I'll second.
I have a motion by the chair, supported by Clerk Gurley. May the deputy clerk please call the roll.
Reader,
Aye.
Gurley,
Aye.
Marino,
Aye.
Rossio,
Aye.
Sutherland.
Aye.
All right. Moving down to public comment.
Good evening, Board. John Parkinson, I'm a member of Living Word Fellowship Church. On behalf of the church and its members, we'd like to thank you for your approval of the sidewalk waiver that was before you. You have our heartfelt, sincere thanks. God bless.
Hello, Board. Jennifer Way. We had a couple things on here that weren't really answered, and I know you can't answer questions. So, about the copiers, the maintenance thing, do they come in once a year? Do they only come in to maintenance the copiers when there's a problem? I'd like to know that. About all these requests to go to these different conferences, and you always say repeatedly that meals and rooms or whatever are separate. Does that mean you come back and put your receipts in to get coverage for those? You get paid for your rooms that you put in? So you buy your room out, or an overnight stay, whatever it is, and do you bring your receipt back with your meals receipts, and do you get your money back from this township? Thank you.
Evening, Denny Hay, 3940 County Line. Glad to see that we have the drain match program, what we got tonight, but I would like to bring a point up on that. Do we have an inventory with a prioritized listing of all the drains that need to be dug out? There's a lot out there, and I know around the corner from where I'm at, I've lived there 27 years, and 30 Mile is soon to flood again. It'll flood the road out and it'll be impassable. It's a spring thing, it's a fall thing. The ditch is plugged and it's backed up so far that this past year it came across County Line Road because that's plugged. So it's a good program, and maybe we could get a priority listing of everything that we have for drains, line them up, which ones are worse, and work the list, the punch list, and see if we could get more funding. So I'd sure love to see 30 Mile cleaned out. And kind of tired of putting it in four-wheel drive slogging through the mud. Thank you.
All right, public comment? All right, moving on, call from the board. Okay, seeing none, I'll answer some of the questions out there. Mark, for the copier, I believe it's as needed, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
I think we can call them like every day if we wanted to, though, and they'll come there as part of the contract. So you can call them as often as you like.
When our copiers are on lease, this is 100% coverage. The copiers are covered, any mechanical failures, anything like that. The toner's covered. The only thing not covered is the paper.
They clean it and make sure it's maintained appropriately.
Only when you call.
If we call, yeah, if we need
So
them
they don't
to.
come in on a regular basis and then
But we can call them as often and as many times as we'd like.
They
It's all part of
automatic,
it.
there's an automatic service that they show up once a year and check things and verify. That's automatically, if we don't call them, they're gonna check. But nowadays, with the copiers the way they are, they notify them. If there's an electronic issue or something, it automatically sends it out to them. So it's kind of unique, but we no longer have, they'll call us and say, hey, you got a problem? Yeah, yep, fire department's got a problem. They can't copy, they can't fax, or whatever the case may be. But the system electronically notifies them.
Thank you. As for the conferences, regarding the expenses, yes, they do submit receipts. They get put on the bills list for the board to approve at the next meeting after said conference. I hope that answers your question.
Which they're usually approved of, anyway.
Isn't there an allotment though, like?
Yeah, there's a certain amount where you still have to come back and get it approved. And as for Mr. Hay, the county does have a priority list. They did not provide it to me. I can ask Mr. Brown, I'm sure he'll be happy to give it.
Yeah, I talked with him earlier, and he had also mentioned that they had some funding that they had provided out, it hadn't been used. And so I poked him on that. I said, well, you know, hey, how about coughing that up for the township out here? So I would pursue that. He does have some funding laying around. And I know 30 miles bad. There's probably some other roads that we have that could use with a little digging out.
All right.
I can just give you a quick answer. We did look into the funding last year, Mr. Hay, when we looked at Bates Road and they crowned it, and Lord has mercy, we know they crowned that thing. We asked about having the ditches done. The ditches was going to cost us $42 per linear foot on each side. The ditch cost was over $490,000 to ditch from 26 to 27 miles just on Bates Road. So just, yes, we've looked into it and we understand. So there is a cost associated with those ditches, and years ago that wasn't like that. And now all of a sudden they're coming out and telling us, but it is the last we did the actual revenue breakout was $42 per linear foot per each side. So basically $84 a foot.
That was the road department's ditch maintenance.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, these drains are not road ditches. Okay, they're actual drains, and what they're going to be doing is they'll be going in with equipment like small excavators or skid steers or whatever, and clearing out the trees that have fallen into those drains.
Yeah, they
That's
hire
basically
outside
what-
contractors, and I would say Candace has done a pretty effective job at it.
Yeah, these are not the road ditches. So let's keep complaining about the road ditches, because my road, 28-mile road's a joke too.
Yeah.
Alrighty, moving down to adjournment.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn at 7:20.
I have a motion by Clerk Growe, supported by Trustee Rosio. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. We are adjourned.